All right, guys. I know I haven't been doing any videos. Mr. PIB's been on me to do some. I've been real busy. I've been trying to get stuff done, get it out of here. I've got a lot on my plate right now between my new job at work and my responsibilities here at home and these old trucks and stuff. So these old trucks and stuff, they kind of come last. So when I have free time, I get to come out here and play with them. Now, I've gotten a lot done in the past couple weeks, I guess. I got Mr. PIB 66 done, and this truck is all but done. It still needs a few little old things. It's not perfect yet. It's not ready to take off to Florida in, but it's running, and this truck's been sitting a very long time. It was last tagged in 2011 when Tim bought the truck. The gas tank, the brackets were laying in the back. There had been several things taken off the motor. The AC compressor, the power steering pump, all that crap was just kind of laying in here loose. So I went and picked the truck up with my trailer and drug it home. Kind of the same old thing, guys, we always do on all these trucks that have sat this long. We checked the brakes. These brakes actually worked. It looked like someone had put new hoses and calipers and stuff on it at some point. I don't know when. Obviously they've been setting a long time, but they were still good, so we left that alone. The truck stops good and straight. It's not jerking one way or the other, so we left that alone. Reason being, guys, it's a rough old truck, and Tim doesn't really know what he wants to do with it, whether he'll throw a little more money at it, fix it up, or just sell it to somebody else as a project truck. But basically just wanted to see if the motor and transmission, everything was going to work out in the truck before he started throwing money at it. So anyway, check the brakes out. We put rear wheel cylinders on it. That's the only thing we done to the brakes. We needed a set of shoes, but I couldn't find them. I was trying to get the truck done, get it out of here that particular day. I should have just went ahead and ordered them, but they weren't really that bad. They just had a few cracks in them. Not like big cracks, but you know, something you could just kind of see. I don't think there's any real danger there. But anyway, Tim's going to get a set of shoes. They can throw them on. It don't take no time to put a set of shoes on. So that's about all it needs with the brakes. Everything else worked good. We got good fluid back there whenever we bled the wheel cylinder. So I believe the hose is just fine. So we put the new fuel tank on it, new rubber hoses, new fuel pump. I took the Quadrajet apart and I cleaned it out. Now this is a 78, I believe. And I had a 78 with a Quadrajet and one of these single line pumps on it, no return line. And I had the same issue with it as I had with this truck. When the truck would sit there and idle, it would load up after a few minutes of running and it would want to die. And I'm not sure, you know, the 78 I had, I knew was all original, never been fooled with. It's hard to believe someone would have bought a new truck that done that and then drove it all them years. But anyway, this truck done the same exact thing. So the easiest fix for that, do away with the Quadrajet, put an Edelbrock on it. The way the floats are on the Edelbrock, the gas can't really bypass the needle valves. On the Quadrajet, it can. So anyway, all that aside, we put an Edelbrock carburetor on it. I've got Tim's original Quadrajet here. It's not original. Somebody put that Quadrajet on it. It was remanufactured Quadrajet, so I'll give that back to him. But we got an Edelbrock on it. We put new belts on it. Like I said before, new fuel tank, new fuel hoses, new spark plugs, wires. We put a new distributor in it. We were having some distributor issues, which I believe was the pickup. When I got the distributor apart, it was really corroded inside. Now, when the truck first showed up, it was way out of time. The valves were too tight. It had a lot going on, no compression. We were just about to jerk the motor out of this truck because I didn't want to throw a lot of time at an 0305. It don't take long to throw a lot of time at one of these old motors and end up with just as much money in a junk motor as you could have just bought one for and stuck it in the truck, if that makes any sense. But talked to Tim. I said, I think it's worth kind of you know, reevaluating. I'd already gave up on it, but I said, let me check a few things. And we got it running, and it runs good. It's got just a little old skip, little stumble, but where the Quadrajet was flooding it out, I think it may have just fouled a plug. So we're gonna let him drive it just a little bit here and there and just see if it clears up. Now, you can hear that starter. That starter is extremely loud. It's an eBay starter. that Tim had ordered. So I tried to shim it out. It's just loud, guys. That's what cheap starters sound like. But truck runs good. I cannot give the truck any gas, so I've got to hook up the throttle tomorrow. The throttle cable, I mean. This one's got some kind of stock bracket on it that just ain't working, so I'll get that on it and kind of tune on that carburetor just a little bit, get the breather back on it, button down the wires and stuff, and it'll be ready to go back to Tim. And just kind of let him drive it around, check the old motor out, check the transmission out. Now, I did drive this truck the other day down the road, and it died on me. So I was having some carburetor issues, distributor issues, all kinds of issues. We usually change all that, but like I said, with this particular truck, we wanted to try out the motor first, and before we started throwing a bunch of money at it. So we were trying to just kind of cheap out. We didn't put a new fuel pump on it. It's got a new fuel pump now. The carburetor, we were just going to run it. It had trash in it, had to pull it off, clean it. Got more trash in it. It's a long story. I'm just going to shut up. But anyway, I took a few shortcuts and I paid for them. But the truck's running good now. Running really good, actually. You're kind of hearing some exhaust leaks and stuff. The old exhaust is pretty rough on the truck, but Tim can throw exhaust on it pretty quick. And again, just kind of run this thing up and down the road here local, see how the old motor's going to do. I think it'll do just fine once it gets drove. Like I said, I got to tune on that old carburetor just a little bit. I went through that thing here a while back for Tim, and but it's doing good. I mean, it revs up good, it starts good. I don't see any real issues with it, but it had been setting a very long time, and I ran through it for Tim, just one of them little 10-minute jobs, and cleaned it out. But again, guys, driving one is the best medicine for it. When you let one set, there is nothing worse on a vehicle than just letting it set idle. Well, you know what I mean. Just letting it set, not driving it, not starting it up, moving it around. We give Mr. PIB a bunch of crap, you know, driving them from the backyard to the front yard. He don't really get his out and stretch their legs a whole lot. But even just that little bit of movement, just starting them up, you know, moving the oil and stuff around in the motor, moving the valve springs, the lifters, the brake fluid, letting some of that old fuel run through the system. It's really good for them. If you have this old stuff, get out and start it. I don't care if you just back it up in the yard, let it sit there and run, wipe on it, whatever. Any kind of movement is really good for them. So once Tim gets this one, he's got a little local spot that he goes and eats breakfast. And I'd say that'll probably be this truck's first destination. So maybe the dump or something, you know, something kind of close. Just run it up and down the road, get in the gas a little bit, and blow the soot out of it. And again, guys, just stretch its legs. It's been setting a very long time. I think since, again, 2011 was the last time it was tagged. And from the looks of things, as I was taking it apart, I'd say that's about right. So anyway, get it out and drive it, see how it does, and I'm sure there's going to be a few little issues here and there. That's just what comes with this old stuff, especially something that's been set in 100 years. You know, unless you just take it apart and replace everything, and I do that on some of them because I don't want to do any of that I just mentioned. But something like this, you don't want to throw a lot of money at it, you know, right out the gate until you check it out and see how it's going to do. So anyway, that's where we're at. If you notice, it's got the wheels on it off of Mr. and Mrs. PIB's 1980. I put a different set of wheels on it, a really nice set of rallies, and that really helped that old truck out. I'll try to do a video on it in the next day, 2 or 3 or something. Let you check that out. It's amazing what just a good looking set of wheels will do for something. All right, guys, just wanted to do a video. Like I said, Mr. PIB's been on me, and I had one subscriber kind of ask him where I've been. So here I am. I've just been super busy. We got this one done. I got a little shorty van over here that I've got to get in here and do just a few little things. That one don't need much, kind of a tune up and some shocks and stuff, but get that thing in here and get that done. Like I said, I got Mr. PIB 66 done. I wanted to do kind of a last video on it, and I forgot. I got ahead of myself, but he'll do one. you know, the videos you see from him are a little bit behind, but he's got that thing home and he's got it looking good. So he'll do some videos on it. I actually got a van now that I got from Tim Dixon. I got to go pick it up. So I'll let y'all check that thing out, see what I'm going to do with it. We got the 80 model down here. I've got a Moon Pie twin that Tim Dixon bought. It looks just like Moon Pie, so I've got to do some work on it. It'll be down here, I'm guessing sometime this weekend, probably Sunday, about the time this truck goes back to him. And he's got several other things for me to do. So stay tuned, guys. I'll try to get better on doing these videos. I'll do more of them. Maybe, I always say I'm going to do it, and I never do it. I would like to set my tripod up and just kind of let y'all work through it with me. If I could figure out how to edit, I would do that more often. Now, I know most people don't want to sit there and watch me fight one stupid boat for 30 minutes. But anyway, I'm going to try to get better, guys. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you checking on me. And I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.